Hi. So I thought I'd sneak a quick video in just to bring you up to date with Charlotte and everything that's happening. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. However, this video is really just an update about Charlotte. That's why I've kind of thrown it in midweek. So if this is your first time here, you may want to skip this video and go on to one of the other ones. I'll leave a link to one here because this is just talking about my daughter Charlotte, who is suffering with cancer. And when I asked for questions and answers, quite a few of you asked me about how she's doing and even what's wrong with her, because I mention her in passing, and obviously some of you don't know that she's poorly. And also, I do try to keep you up to date. It's just that I'm sure you know medical science is not exact, and things change all the time, and so or change very quickly anyway. But I can tell you that at the moment, touch wood, she's okay, and I keep saying today is a good day, which is how I deal with it, because that was another question that came in. How do I come on Happy Stuff and Fluff and talk about happiness and well-being whilst my daughter's suffering from cancer? That's a whole nother video. Today, I just want to let you know what's happening with her. First of all, she has T-cell non-Hodgkins lymphoma. Now, apparently there are lots and lots of different types of non-Hodgkins lymphoma, and Charlotte's is T-cell. She's been through a cycle of 6 chemotherapy sessions as part of her treatment, and obviously any of you who've been through that or know someone who's been through that knows it isn't pleasant. So she's been through that. The problem with Charlotte's particular cancer is apparently it hides itself. So although she was blasted with chemotherapy, there could be more of the cancer hiding away somewhere that hasn't been affected by the chemotherapy and that's just about to pop up at any time. And so what she is having is a stem cell transplant, so that they can really give her very high doses of chemotherapy to try to get to this hidden cancer that may not be there. So what that entails is getting the stem cells out of her bone marrow and harvesting those, blasting her massively with very high strength chemotherapy, and then putting her stem cells back. Because if they did the chemotherapy at such a high strength without removing the stem cells first, it could kill her. So that's how they do it. And you know, if I could look at this objectively, which I try to do wherever possible, it's incredibly interesting, and we are very lucky that she's got this treatment available to her in the first place. But she hasn't been behaving according to plan in terms of whether she's been able to get her blood at such a level that they've been able to harvest the stem cells. That's the first hurdle to get over. So that's where she is. She's waiting for that to happen, for her blood to be at a certain state in order for them to test to see whether they can use her own stem cells, or they have an option to use donor stem cells, and they've also tested both her brothers to see if they would be suitable as donor transplanters to use as a donor transplant. And we haven't had that result back yet, so we don't know if any of her brothers are suitable for that. They may still be able to use her own. We have to wait and see. Yesterday, she had the results from a scan which has shown that at the moment she's in what they call first stage remission. So she will have to be scanned, I think, every 3 months to check that none of this hidden cancers come back. I mean, that in itself is a traumatic thing for her, bless her, having the scan and waiting to see whether more cancer has shown itself. It didn't, it hasn't, and that's where we are today. So now we wait. I think it's about a week or so before we go in again to check to see where her bloods are at and whether they can see if they can harvest enough of her own stem cells to be able to do this treatment. So that's the factual state of things. It's horrible. There's no sugarcoating it. It's horrible. As I've said to you before, she's with us for half of the week because that's what the hospital is closer to us than it is to where she lives, and then she goes home to be with her partner for the second half of the week. That's how it's been working. For the most part, she's dealing with it incredibly well. Yeah, and as I said, I don't know what to tell you. How much to tell you about it. If you have any questions, just ask them. I don't mind at all, because I kind of think if there's somebody out there who may be experiencing something similar or knows someone experiencing something similar and I can answer a question that might help, then I would dearly love to do that. I really would. Okay, so yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are right now with it. That's what's wrong with her. That's what we're dealing with. And I'll keep you up to date, because you've all been absolutely amazing since all this started, it started when we were in New York. Remember, she and I went to New York for 5 days and she developed a sore throat. That's how it started. And this is where we're at. Well over 12 months later. So she's still here. Okay, I'll leave it there and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.